Yo, what is up, y'all? Dubsmine here, and today we're in the game preview for the Warriors versus the Raptors. Today's game is at 12:30 p.m. local time, as in Pacific, local as in the Warriors' perspective. So this thing's a pretty fast an early game today. So let's start off with the news, which is the Warriors are contemplating the trade pursuit of Mavericks center Anthony Davis. I was on board with this literally until the game we played them, and he got injured by just literally running. And now I was like, okay, we probably shouldn't go for him. So I'll hear him out on this report. Well, it's not necessarily Golden State of Mind's report per se, but it's Mark Spears saying it. But yeah, I'll hear him out and see what they have to say. But so yeah, Chris Haynes said it. I came on last week and I told you about the Warriors are looking for during a segment on NBA on Prime. A big man, a rim running big man, protect the paint, lob threat. I was told they are contemplating making a case to acquire Anthony Davis as well. And so, with that being said, I was told Dallas is not that fascinated with what Golden State has on its books. So if the Warriors did really want to make a true play at Anthony Davis, they would likely have to acquire some assets or involve another team. Two paths: trading Jimmy Butler or also Jonathan Kuminga with Draymond Green and one of Moses with everybody healed. So I don't know, man. It's a lot of stuff you have to trade for AD. I was kind of there for it, but yeah, if the Mavs aren't that interested and we have to do a lot of things to get him, probably not worth it, especially literally because of the fact he got injured during the game against us by literally just running. So, yeah. Yeah, probably not anymore. I think, honestly, just any good, solid center is enough. And maybe you get a second trade with, like, something solid. I think, yeah, it is what it is, but I think it could be better if we just trade for someone that's a little bit worse, but still, like, a solid center, since you don't have to trade away so much assets for it, and yeah. Because trading away Jimmy Butler seems dumb, honestly. Because even with his ups and downs at times, he's been still one of our more consistent players this season. It's been pretty good. Draymond's been the bad player, but when you do a Draymond trade, you have to trade Draymond and JK and either Moses with your buddy Heels. That's just a lot of players, I feel like. It's just gutting your depth at that point, so yeah. But I think that's about it for Warriors news stuff, really. There isn't too much that happened since Christmas. So let's get into the preview. So we got the Raptors for 58% for us and 42% for the Raptors, which, I mean, I guess makes sense. I mean, I feel like they are playing better than us a little bit because Raptors have been pretty good, but you know what? Whatever. We'll take it. Injuries. Ooh. Well, Pods is a game time decision, so that's good. Not fully out, but Pods is probable, so he's probably gonna play. D'Anthony Melton's out, so that does suck. Damn, Seth Curry has sciatica type stuff. Oh my god, okay. And then LJ Cryer just hasn't been updated, so yeah. So it'll probably only be Melton and Seth. So a lot of Pods or Pat minutes probably. Because I know we have a limit on how much we can play Pat too, though, just because of the fact he's not on an actual contract and he's on a 2-day. So he has 45 NBA games, I think, right? So I don't know how much he's played already, but I think they're also trying to. I mean, but I think even if he reaches that limit, they'll probably just sign him to a regular contract. But that means you have to cut somebody, so that kind of further complicates things. Raptors, Colin Murray Boyles is doubtful, so he's probably not going to play. Pirtle's out, and RJ Barrett is questionable, but status being out now on ESPN probably means that he's out. I am recording this on the day of, so not because again that Mavs Christmas game I recorded a day early, and there was some of those injuries weren't actually gonna be injuries they ended up playing, so. But yeah, today we're doing it, so it should be fine. Updated. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure RJ would be probably out, maybe. So that is a lot of big players out for them. But they still have Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, and Brandon quickly playing for them, but mainly these two. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, leading scorer. So I mean, the fact that RJ's out though, or probably might be out with him being essentially like the second leading scorer. I mean, third because it's not really that different from Scotty Barnes, but yeah, it is gonna be pretty big if that happens. I mean, Jakob Poeltl being out is going to hurt them a little bit too, but apparently he's been kind of bad this year. From the stats, it looks he's pretty solid, but I don't know. It seems like he hasn't been playing up to the level of the contract he got from the Raptors, so that's what it is. But yeah, so overall, they definitely seem like a defensive team here because all their offensive stats are pretty mediocre or even bad. Like they're good at field goal percentage, 10th. I mean, 8th for makes and attempts in raw numbers is, I mean, okay, I guess, but when the percentage is 16th, it's not that good. Yeah, the only good stats they have is assists, steals, and field goal percentage for offense. They're really a defensive-oriented team, which does make sense when you have Scotty Barnes on your team. Fifth least amount of points allowed, raw points. Sixth in opposing team turnovers, which means that they cause a lot of turnovers. Fourth in limiting assists. Really solid rebounding team, 13th in the league overall, and 12th and 14th in both categories. They kind of suck at defending when it comes to like not fouling, so that's that. They allow the most amount of paints scoring efficiency a lot, but they do limit the amount that happens. But when opposing teams do get into the paint against them, they do make a lot of their shots. But they are great defending the 3-point percentage, one of the best in the league, which totals out to being pretty solid field goal percentage. And they're 5th in defensive rating, 21st in offensive rating. Makes sense again. So it seems like, again, for us, turnovers, which we did a really good job in the Mavericks game, honestly. Besides like the early game turnovers, I think the second half was much better. But the second thing is finding a way to get to the line because, again, they're not good at, opposing teams' field goal or free throws. So you want to get them in foul trouble a lot, get into a bonus early, and not take stupid threes because they're really good at defending them. So, yeah. As long as you do the correct things on offense, our defense is pretty good enough. Is already really good to begin with, so it'll be enough to pretty much shut down the Raptors' offense because of, again, the Raptors sucking at offense. As long as our offense should be good, we should win this game, hopefully. But again, that's a big ask sometimes because I think we're probably on the same level of the Raptors, but maybe a little better in terms of offensive rating and like offensive stats. But it's mainly because we have such like volatile games. For one game, we're like really shooting the lights out. We're doing really, really good. But the next game are like just absolutely sucking. So yeah, I mean they don't really get that much minutes. Colin Murray Boyles, 45% from three. Mamu, I mean he was really good for the Spurs. Yeah, so 41%. I mean yeah, I would say from here to here is like where their good 3-point shooters are. So they have about like 7 3-point shooters that play a lot of minutes. So that's pretty good for them. So again, I think because again their 3-point percentage is like middle of the league. It's not great, but it's not bad. So. Guarding the 3-point line, very crucial today too, I think. Today, X Factor, probably Pat, just because of the fact that he hasn't been getting much minutes recently. Honestly, it makes sense why, because everyone else has been playing really well. But he's probably going to get more minutes today because Melton's out, and Melton's been doing a lot for us recently. So, yeah, Pat probably is going to play more minutes. Let's see how he plays after not playing for 2 or 3 games. And how much he can help us with the ball handling duties. And yeah, I think that's about it though, really. I mean, it's looking a little bit up for the Warriors. We're finally above 500 again. If we can string together more wins here on this road trip, and get into the All-Star break, like 10, 11 games above 500, maybe even more, which is a big ask, but if we could get to that point, it would be really good. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching, though. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.